Welcome back to a new episode of What's Cracking? Episode 4.
Episode 4, color.
Cuatro.
How do you feel?
I mean, this has been fun doing this. I'm really enjoying this, and we want to say thank you again.
Thank you
to everybody,
supporters.
Yes, everybody that has been following us on Instagram, on YouTube,
TikTok.
Everyone that's been showing love. Thank you. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, be sure to like,
comment,
and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, be sure to join the conversation below. Well.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I know February is coming around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hot topics.
Lots of hot topics. Which brings us to our topic today. What is acceptable on a first date?
Oof.
What are the etiquettes of a first date?
Oof. I think I don't even know anymore, to be honest, because nowadays, logically, but that could only just be me, I think just going for a coffee for the first date.
Right.
Because your intention is to get to know the person.
Right.
Your intention is to get to know that person because you like that person and you want to see what's up after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a nice gesture would be, I'm not saying no fucking half-ass Dunkin' Donuts.
maybe a Starbucks.
Like, go to Starbucks. Fancier, you feel me? And not inside Target Starbucks. I'm saying like a nice location of Starbucks or Panera or something.
Yeah. Something simple.
Yeah, like something nonchalant that, you know, you guys can sit and talk and vibe out.
Right. There was a video actually going around where there was a big debate where they were going back and forth on what is acceptable as a first date, where to go. Like someone said, like going to Cheesecake Factory. Oh, don't you dare take me to Cheesecake Factory or Red Lobster. You know, and people going back and forth. But like you said, I feel the same way. I feel that when you're meeting someone for the first time, why should you spend $300 on a meal, like $200?
That you might not even like the person in person, or it might not even work out. So it's like, why would I could put myself in a dude's shoes and be like, logically, like, come on now. Like, I wouldn't spend no $300-$400 on a meal that I might not even like the person or get catfish.
I feel like that's too much of an investment on a first date.
Yeah.
I think a romantic, more like a high-end dinner, like a big steakhouse, you know, something like of the fresco, or you know, something more expensive. That's a more like a 4th, 5th date type of thing. I think the first date should be simple,
something casual,
something like, you know, even going to the park,
like a picnic or something.
And I know some of you guys out there will be like, that's cheap as, you know what, but
it's the intention behind that, though.
Right, you're just trying to get to know each other. You're not, I feel like you're just not, you know, you guys might even, like you said, you guys might meet each other and not even hit it up. There's no chemistry. You know, so it's just gonna be an expensive dinner for no reason.
Exactly. And the recession's bad.
Yeah, that too.
These pockets have changed.
Right.
You feel me? Like back then, I would be like, I know back then when I would go on dates and stuff like that. I went to a date not too long ago, and the dude was super nice. I let him choose because I want to see mentally where he's coming from. I want to feel out, you know, the person and let the man take the decision. Right. You feel me? Right. Like, if you like me enough, you're gonna take me to an appropriate place. And he took me to Casablanca.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not
so
bad.
It wasn't
Shout
like
out to Casablanca.
Best.
Yeah.
It wasn't too expensive, but it wasn't too like, you know, like cheap.
So let me ask you now. Talking about that, so like you said, you like the man to choose at least. But what do you think about when it comes down to going on a date, right? Even if let's say that you guys did go on a restaurant, some people feel that it should be like, you feel that the bill should be split 50-50, or do you feel that the man should pay? And what do you feel about a woman paying for a date?
I feel like I'm very contradicted on this matter because I see what men are saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like, at least for me, it's like a man should pay. You feel me? At least the first date.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then one like because it's just.
Hey,
I wanna see.
I remember a few episodes back we talked about feminism and about.
Yeah. No, of course. No, it's of course the whole feminism thing. I get that, but like, I'm old school. Treat me like a lady.
Right.
Like, take me out. Show me that you care. You know, and put thought into it. You know.
But on a first date, or are you talking now third date? You know.
No, the first day I feel like a gentleman, if he's a gentleman, he should pay. Right, now, that could be a conversation if we can go 50-50 or me pay, which I have done it. No tea, no shade. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I have done it. You take care of the first day. Okay, my turn. Let's go on a second day.
So you alternate.
I got it. Yeah, we'll alternate so that you don't feel that, you know, oh, she's trying to get one up on me.
Right.
You know, but again, times have changed. So I can see why people will be like, oh, let's split the bill 50-50, or why don't you pay? And it's like kind of a turn off.
Right.
Like the first date should be you. You feel me?
Right. And
then the second day, yeah, of course. Like, I'm open-minded. Like, I'll pay, or like we can split the bill 50-50. I don't mind.
Now let me ask you. I don't usually, men are expected to ask ladies out on a date, but nowadays with the feminism and the new age, some of these ladies out there are asking men. What do you feel about a woman asking a man out on a date? And if she was to be asking, do you feel that she should pay since she asked, or do you feel that it's still the man's responsibility to pay for the date, even though the lady asked the man for the on a date? Which is that's not very common, but it happens.
Right.
There's women out there. I even see that woman propose to a guy.
Yeah.
So it's just like we're living in a new age. So what do you feel about a woman asking a man out on a date? But then, if she's the one asking, should she be the one paying, or should it be the other way around? Should the man still pick up the check at the end of the day?
Most definitely. Shout out to that woman to have enough courage to ask a man out on a date.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of women nowadays are very, very, very prideful. Mm-hmm. And so, like, again, we live in a new era. So it's like people want to feel validated and appreciated. So if I do it for you, why can't you do it for me?
Right.
You know? So shout out to that woman. If she takes that initiative to really ask a man out, why not? Like, I don't see what's the problem. They do it every time for women. As to your other question, if she's asking on a date and whether or not she should pay, most definitely, because you're the one who took the initiative to ask.
I feel like most men though will still not let the woman pay.
Yeah, of course. But
I mean, it's a nice gesture.
Yeah, it's most definitely a nice gesture, because it shows that you're into the person, to not be one of those petty females and be like, well, are you gonna pay? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, most definitely shout outs to a woman that can ask and take initiative to say, you know what, I got you. Like, let's go have fun. Like, because it's all about the intention behind that. Right. If it's genuine, then you don't mind.
I can see that.
If you have some ill intent behind it.
Like if you're trying to gold dig. Yeah, you know that's one thing. There's a lot of women out there that, or even men, because the way that things are going nowadays, even some men are gold diggers. But there's some women out there that they're serial daters. They're on POF, they're on all these things, all these sites, dating all these kinds of guys, and they're expecting each guy that takes them out to bring them to like the most expensive restaurant. Yeah. You know, so drop $300 on a dinner, and you know, the flower.
It's funny that you say that, because I will say this. What you chase, you will attract.
Right.
You feel me? So it's not like all of a sudden, the woman's just acting like that. If you chasing the wrong thing, that's what you're gonna get.
Right.
Because a woman like that, you're always gonna see it from the get.
Yeah, I think that most guys have pretty good intuition on, you know, sniffing out who's really there for a genuine conversation and getting to know, and who's there for what they can get out of the date.
Exactly.
And I feel like if you're expecting too much on a first date, you're dating for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
you know.
Or you're not ready to be an adult today. She wasn't ready.
She was not ready. Well, let me ask you, right? Now we're moving on. Like, you're on a third date.
Yeah.
And you guys have been knowing each other for a while, you know, or not a while, but you know, you're already gone on a couple dates.
Yeah.
When is the appropriate time for there to be intimacy, or like to take it further than a date? Let's start with, when is the first, when do you think it's appropriate for a first kiss? And then we'll move on to the next step.
I think I'm gonna be realistic, you feel me? I think it's appropriate by the second or third date.
Yeah.
You get, you know, a kiss. By the third date, you should get a kiss on the lips. I think by the first or second date, you know, a nice gesture to be kissed on the cheek, to be sweet or whatever. But like the third date, you can get a kiss or whatever.
Okay. Now that we're past the third date, when do you think it's time for the snap
for the physical action
to be given out, you know?
I used to think back then, I feel like this is like a child mentality, was a 3-month period.
Oh yeah, that's long.
Yeah.
But then again, there's some people that are still willing to wait that long.
I refuse to believe that.
You think there's still people out there?
That coochie itches and it wants to be scratched. Okay? And the 3 months, that's I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You feel me? So it's like, I feel like it's however the vibe goes. You feel me? If you're into that person, especially with me, and I'm not saying I hoe around, but if I'm really feeling that person, and it happens early, then it happens early.
If it's organic,
you know, because I'd rather know now whether or not you're good in bed than later on. Because what if I really, really like you and you're not good in bed? That's gonna be a want.
So you wanna ride the ride to know if you like it.
I gotta test drive.
Yeah, go on a test drive.
Yeah, I gotta test drive.
Before I put you on the lot, I need to test you out.
You know? And then from there I can determine or not whether I am gonna say, whoa, I'm gonna stop here and this ain't my cup of tea, or I'm gonna prolong this. Maybe this is something I like, or something I could work on, or stuff.
So guys, just know if you're dating her, you're being treated like a car. Are you a Toyota or a BMW? And how are your mileages? Are you a smooth drive? Are you a rough drive?
And you can't have too many miles because my nigga.
Not too many users. I mean, owners. Yo, she's trying to get like a low owner car. Got it. I understand.
It's like, I'm not trying to end up at the dealership that is buy as is. I'm not trying to do that.
You get a lemon at the end of the day. There's no lemon law in this.
No.
So now that you know you've moved on past, let's say you had the first date, you guys went to a coffee house, or you know you kept it simple. You know, you guys went to the stage where you guys shared your first kiss, and then you went to the organic stage where you know the snacks were passed out or the test got driven. I mean, the car got driven. When you guys are in a dating process, right?
Yeah.
But you guys have no titles. Once you're in the dating process and you guys are, you know, doing your thing, when do you think it's appropriate to start giving out titles? Like, when is it proper to call it, okay, this is my relationship, or this is just my friend with benefits? And how long do you expect a title to be given to this new relationship? Like, you know, when you first starting, you guys are just friends? Like, let me rephrase this. When you guys are dating and you guys start to have relations, but there's no title yet, you guys are just testing it out. How long does the testing out period last? AKA friends with benefits, because that's what it's called.
Yeah.
How long should that period last before it's like, okay, you need to put a title on it, or we're just gonna go our own way?
Yeah, I think a 3-month period. I'm sorry.
But in that 3-month period, you guys are having sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, a 3-month period, you should already know by then if it's going well or not. You know, by then, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, no, you never know a person, most definitely, but you never ever know a person.
Right.
You feel me? So a 3-month period should be a decentable time for you to get it the F together and decide, do you want this or you don't want this?
Right.
And if they're already giving you mixed feelings, well, at the 3-month period, then you gotta go. Bye. Because that just shows you that you're very undecisive and inconsistent of that you don't know what the hell you want, right? So off back, you never wanted anything, because if you would have wanted something, you would have off back knew when I asked you what it was, whether it was a yes or a no. But you saying, oh, I don't know, you're in the limbo doesn't mean I gotta be in the limbo. So bye.
That's a
What about you?
I don't know. I mean, in my time when I was, dating and stuff, I really didn't care. Like, to me, it was meeting somebody, and I'm not gonna lie, I had those dates where we just we just met and we just hung out, kicked it, maybe had a couple of drinks, it wasn't anything too formal, and then eventually, with time, I also feel the same way as in, the first date shouldn't be so expensive. Yeah. It should be something casual, something to get to know each other. That's when you're making your mental notes. I like this, I don't like that, I saw a red flag, da da da. Second date is a little more like, okay, we went on our first date, I got to know you, we get to know each other a little more. Yeah. We can go to a restaurant. I think by the third date, like you said, then something a little nicer, because I feel like by the third date you should already get a good feel for the person, whether you think it's gonna go past a month or not. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that it's gonna be the person you're gonna be with for a year. It's gonna become your relationship, but it's it's an indicator,
right, of like whether you should waste your time or not on this situation. But yeah, I definitely agree, and I feel like, especially now that if you're in the trying to date game now, it's very hard. And then you have people that just say, you know what, altogether, I'm just done. Right. So let me just hit it, quit it, bye. Right. And it's just made the dating game very complicated. That's my take on it.
I can see that. I feel like social media plays a big part into it now. Yeah. Because I feel like everybody wants to put share what they're doing, and I feel like that also plays into, well, I need to go to an expensive restaurant, or I feel like first dates should be simple, and then later on progresses.
Yeah. Have you ever been catfished during the time of process when you were dating?
I did.
How many times?
I've been catfished before. It happened to me once. So
he hasn't dated enough.
I mean, okay, no, it's happened in other situations, but the one that I remember the most, because I drove to go see this person, and I literally got there and I was like, what the fuck?
God, you play it too much.
Got him. It was like, okay, this was MySpace time. That just shows. This was MySpace time. So, we met online, we were talking, and this person had like a good, social media presence. And, I was like, okay, so we're gonna go see, because, all the pictures checked out. There was a lot of pictures. So, and back then it wasn't like filters were not a thing. People were not in as much as the people were not into editing their photos as much as they are today. Right. So I thought these were natural photos. Right. So I drive to go see this person, and I get there, and when the person that I go to pick up goes to my car, I was like, who the f*** are you? That's not me. I even jumped. I was like, wait a minute. Who's the stranger getting in my car?
This is not an Uber.
Exactly. Uber didn't even exist back then. Let me tell you something. They look like maybe like 10, 15, don't be generous, 20% of the way they looked in their pictures.
Oh, they're one of those used like their old photos.
Yeah. No. It was Photoshop. Ooh. Photoshop photos. But back then it wasn't as big, so we thought this is what they look like, but they don't look nothing like that. Yeah. It was just It was a date from hell. We went to a place
You
called...
still took him?
Well, at that point, he was already in my car. And I was just like, okay, hold up. Do I want to be petty right now and say, get the hell out of my car?
Yes!
You know, I was a little bit, I was younger, maybe a little more naive, a little nicer than I would be today.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what, we're just gonna make the best of it. So we went to Good Times.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the date from hell. To this day, it was the worst date I've ever been to. But it goes further than that. So we met up with some friends. You know, we had a good time because the date, it was a date from hell because we had some minor issues, you know. But we met up with some friends, we had a good time. Then we ended up back at my house. And this person decides to get comfortable in pajamas, and I was like, I go in my room, and I'm like, what are you laying in my bed? What the fuck are you doing? You know? He's all laid up in pajamas, like he's going to bed, putting on lip gloss. I was like, let's go.
What the hell?
We're going. I was like, okay, we're gonna cut this short, and we're gonna drop your ass home.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna give every detail of that story, but it was just
horrible.
It was the worst date, and it was the first time I think I got catfish.
Damn, that sucks. Is that the only experience?
I think that was one of the biggest experiences. Because I mean, I've had others, but there was
not as severe as that one.
Yeah, there's some people that might have done a little thing. And it's like, yeah, but you're still good. You know, I can still date you. We can still go out, have a good time. You know,
we can be friends.
We can still be friends. Yeah, you know, it wasn't like that serious for me to say like, all right, you go home. You know.
Yeah.
Have you been catfished before? Give me a story. I want to know of a time that you yourself.
I've been catfished multiple times. Like multiple times.
You're a serial catfish. These were
the times of POF.
Call her the cat in the hat.
Yeah. Like these were the times in POF came out, and this was the time that I lived back in Miami. Oof. One time somebody asked me on POF, let's go on a date. And nigga, I was mad as stoked because I'm over here like a little hottie or whatever, fresh out of high school, you know, MySpace times. So I was like, you would think nothing of it. Right?
Those MySpace times were dangerous.
Well, no, it wasn't MySpace, it was Facebook.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, because I was 18, 19 by then. Okay. So yeah, Facebook. But again, this was off of POF, and I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, I ain't never heard of such thing of a catfish. So he invites me, or whoever the hell it was, invites me. Now, the person in the picture looked good as hell. And I'm like, yes, okay, I see you, so let's go. I end up going, we met each other halfway. We both decided a restaurant in South Beach, and I end up going, I got ready or whatever, and I was like, yes, let's go. He tells me what he's wearing, and I'm hitting that corner because the majority of the restaurants in South Beach are outside city. And so I'm seeing what he's describing to me, and this nigga looks nothing like his picture. Nothing like his freaking picture. To the point that I thought I was being punked.
Yeah.
And mind you, I seen him de lejos, so I didn't even see him close.
Okay.
And I passed by.
It's like a Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
From far and beautiful, when you get up close, you're like, damn.
I'm so serious. And I passed him, and he ain't see me, right? And as I'm passing, because I had shades on, with my fucking pulley purse, I'm like, fuck it.
Bye.
I hit that other corner like, yeah, no. Never again.
No.
Never again. And I was like, bye.
Oh no.
No, you're not gonna play me like that. you think I tried you? You tried me.
Damn.
Because I wasted my freaking time getting to South Beach. Mm-hmm. And I wasted my time getting ready. Mm-hmm. So you played me and I played you. There you go. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should have taken a page from your book.
You should have. There was like another time that I actually sat down with the person.
The person that can't.
No. This was another catfish. I actually sat down with the person. Now he did look like his photo, but it was filtered. So like his teeth. His teeth looked like a nigga.
How much wood with chuck wood?
What? At one point I was like, nigga, can you sharpen my pencil?
Yo.
Come here, nigga. The hell?
Damn.
I was like, yo, like, I gotta use the restroom. Like, give me 1 second.
No.
Like, I gotta use the restroom. If you want, can you order like the drinks or whatever and the food? Like, you know, I gotta use the restroom really bad. Like, give me like a few minutes. I'll be back. He's like, yeah. I know. I got you, ma. I got you. I hit that U-turn real quick.
She's like, Carmen Sandy, where's Waldo? Where's Waldo?
Nigga, I yabba dude. I felt like the fucking Flintstones. I yabba dude out the situation, nigga, because you're not gonna play me like this. Like, look like your damn picture, because it's like you're gonna feel tried. You tried yourself because you put yourself in that situation.
Damn.
Not me. No. I'm the wrong one. I will leave you stranded.
Well, stranded, he got left.
Dead ass, because I don't play with that. Like, no.
Wow.
So now, sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
So this is why now when I have PTSD with that, because it still happens. And those weren't the only 2 stories. Like, I've gotten into situations and ended up in situations like that.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh my God, like, why people like continue to do it? It's like so outdated. Mm-hmm. But now what I do is when I'm meeting a person, I tell them I don't play that no more. I be like, yo, send me a picture throwing the fuck you sign or the peace sign, like right now. If you don't feel comfortable enough to FaceTime, because I know there's people camera shy or whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll do the next best thing. Throw me a picture saying fuck you.
But wouldn't that be almost the same thing with like people that they show up to dates wearing like 2 pounds of makeup? What do you think about that? Like girls that go on dates, because you're kind of like, you can look good, but then it's like you're still kind of catfishing, because you'll show up on the date, you're wearing like 2 pounds of makeup. You know, some girls, you know, the hair that they're wearing, it's not them. No tea, no shade. No offending anybody. No shade. Everybody wears, you know, fake hair and all that. Yeah. But because I've seen situations where some girls are like, oh, I got catfish. But then it's like, but
look at how you look. Right.
You don't really look like the way you really look, because you wear makeup and and guys don't really have the option to wear, even though some guys wear makeup. So wouldn't that kind of be the same thing? Like girls that wear like wigs and makeup and, you know, lashes and all that stuff, isn't that because it's not how they really look? So what is your take on that?
I feel like it's the same thing.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some girls that do wear lashes and wear makeup, but it's to accentuate the beauty that they have. But I've seen girls
keep it simple.
Right. But I've seen some girls that when they peel back, it's like, whoa, the fuck is that?
Like what? Like you're not the same person. Right. Yeah, I most definitely get that, and it's like, I feel like that's still catfishing, because what if you end up sleeping with that person or living with that person, and then this is just all a persona, like under all of that, that's not who you even are or how you look.
And I feel now with social media, like I stated earlier, now a lot of people put their best self online. Yeah. And a lot of people online don't really look like how they look in their real life.
Definitely, I agree. It's like catfishing, and it's like,
right.
But I can only tell for myself. The farthest that I go is doing my eyebrows, putting my lashes on, a little bit of lipstick or lip gloss with eyeliner, and I'm good to go, baby.
That's it.
You know, every once in a while I do my wigs or whatever, but that's like
who doesn't wear wigs nowadays?
Exactly. That's like my creativity
that's like
side.
Nowadays.
Yeah, like I love looking different all the time.
Right.
But like I get what you're saying, like a full on.
Yeah.
It's just.
I was actually watching a video on, I think it was on YouTube actually. And there's these like Asian ladies that wear this makeup and then they peel the tape and like their skin.
Yes.
Now that's a catfish.
That's like crazy shit, bro. Like they even put on fake noses.
Prosthetic.
What?
Yep.
I'm like, bitch, how in the hell you's a new bitch?
Pretty much.
It's like basically a Barbie, nigga. Like you just taking her out of the box.
Yeah.
From like how, but the Asians are like crazy as hell. Like their view in perfection is wild.
And guys, if you guys ever been catfished and you guys want to join the conversation, be sure to comment below and tell us
the story.
Yeah, tell us about time that you've been catfished or if you've catfished someone.
Yeah, most definitely. Don't feel embarrassed. I feel like everybody has done something. Yeah. Kind of, sort of like that. Yeah. Whether to get back at an ex or something.
That's true.
Oof, spicy topic.
And also, for our previous topic, let us know what you think about first dates. Like, what is your expectation on a first date? Comment below and let us know what do you think is acceptable on a first date, and what is first date etiquette? Does the man pick up the check? Is going out for a coffee okay? Is even going for a walk, or are you one of those girls that expects them to be wine and dine to the fullest on a first date?
Or when is it acceptable to give the other person them goodies? We want to know.
We want all the tea.
We want all the tea.
And let me ask you now, you being a female, once you get to know a guy, right? And you guys have done the deed after getting to know each other. If you really like the guy, the size matter. Do you think like, is it the size or is it the emotion of the ocean?
The size matter. I mean, yes.
You think size matters?
Yes. From experience, yes. And I think I've tried every size in the book. I've tried every size in the book. And the reason why I say yes, size matters, and a bitch that tells you it doesn't, they're a goddamn liar. Okay? Size matters because I've dated somebody and it was unexpectedly, Yeah. And I know you know who I'm talking about. And size matters because even if you say it's the motion of the ocean, he wasn't motioning enough. He wasn't motioning enough.
There was not enough motion in that ocean.
And no matter what, at the end of the day, he could be good in other aspects in bed. But a woman's always gonna end up towards leaning more of the size, like I want you in me after whatever else you did. Yeah. So ending it, I want you in me. So it's like, if you don't got much to give, what are you doing?
What if he brings out a yoni?
No. It's still not the same, because you know why? Because the D, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, obviously it's hard and then it's warm. Just like how men think of the J, it's tight and it's warm. So it's like you're craving that at that moment. Right. So if you don't got much to give, what the fuck am I gonna do with you, nigga?
Wow.
I don't want everyday licky. You feel me? I don't want everyday licky. It's good. It's fun. But nigga, when that time is that time.
You want a whole
Prada. I want that. I don't want that walk, nigga.
So if you're gonna date her, make sure
gotta
you
bring
pack
that
it. Or at least make sure that you have something.
something to work with, because goddamn.
Or just hit her mom up and borrow the crystal dildo.
Baby, I can learn some tips and tricks, because at this point, I feel like women are bitter because men are not fucking performing the way they should. Women are bitter because we're not getting the right dick at home.
Whoa.
I'm so serious. If bitches would get better D at home, or get satisfied better at home, they would not be so bitter now.
You think so?
You wouldn't have Karens walking up and down the street. You wouldn't
You think
have.
that Karen, what they need is a good wank?
Hell yeah! Because when I get good D, nigga, you see my face lights.
That's why. Now I understand.
My face lights up. I'm like freaking a brand new bitch walking into the place. So it's like
a car that got an oil change.
Exactly. Got a whole ass tune up. So it's like if you see a woman que está malga,
She's just not getting good D.
she's not getting a good day. I promise you, yo. I promise you. Like, a nigga can do you wrong as hell, but as soon as he inserts you and makes it right, bitch, you forgot.
And ladies,
forget.
ladies, if you agree with her, comment below. And guys, what do you guys feel like? What is the equivalent for a man that, women say size matter, but what about men? Like, does tightness matter?
Right.
Does wetness, right?
Yeah.
Wetness matter?
Yeah.
Like, what is
No, not only that, it's how the woman performs in
in
bed
bed.
as well.
Can she ride?
Right. But it's not needless to say, I'm not saying
How's your motion?
I'm not saying that the person has to be this humongous freaking thing.
You don't need
feel
a
me?
mandingo.
Yeah, I don't like women don't need a mandingo. It's at least a decent normal size.
What's a decent normal size?
A 4.
Or what?
A 4, anything that's a 4 or 5 inches. You know why? Because a woman's, realistically, scientifically, a woman's vagina is only 4 centimeters deep.
So if you
So you hitting something, my nigga.
So wait a minute. So if you're going out, if you're on a date and you meet a guy and a guy has 4 inches, you're okay with that? Because 4 inches, I'm like 4 inches. Now, you're complaining about the X. Now that made me think, like, what the fuck was that? Was that like a
She was a gummy bear.
Because
She was a gummy bear.
she said 4 inches. I was ready to hear you say like 7.
Nah, I ain't gonna knock him, bro. I'm not gonna knock him. He can do other things. You feel me? But it's like, for me at least, it's like I need something. I need something, my nigga, because the other extra shit ain't working for me. I got bored.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, you gotta, I don't know, a dick expansion.
Listen, so if you're packing a 4 incher,
Dr. Miami.
you got a chance with her. So 4 inches enough to ride this.
No,
ride.
not even. It gotta be like a 5 or 6, nigga. I'm just saying, for a regular bitch, it's 4, nigga. For me, you gotta have a 5 or 6.
Wow.
I'm sorry, a 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
So anything above 6, you find it to be above average for you?
Yeah. Most definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
if
I
you
learned
don't
a
feel
lot
that
today.
shit, it's because, bitch, you've been having too many niggas up in your cootie cat. Either 1 or 2, you had too many kids, bitch. Stop it. Get off that poor
But doesn't
woman.
that like shrink back to normal after?
It does, but it's never the same. You're not gonna, I don't even know how to explain it. It does go back to normal, but not really normal because, I'm sorry, too much TMI, mommy shit, but your uterus, it's never as tight as it was.
Okay. And you know what? We're gonna spare you guys the details on that.
Yeah.
Not that it's a bad topic, but you know, we can dive into that.
Mom's vajayjays are the best vajayjays.
Yeah.
You get nurtured. You're getting a woman with experience.
Let me ask you, right? Now that you said if you were been dating this guy for a while, right?
Yeah.
You guys have been dating. You like the conversation. He's treating you well. He happens to be one of those guys that wine and dine you from the first date, and you guys had bomb conversation. Mm-hmm. You guys like each other. Mm-hmm. But when it comes time to do the deed, he can eat. It's like he goes down like a buffet, right? Mm-hmm. But when it comes time for you to ride and to do your part, or for him to wank, like you said, then I got like a 3.5.
Damn.
Are you staying with him or are you walking?
Damn. I mean, I would give it a try. Mm-hmm. Again, a try. Like, because like you do find people that you're just like so into, and you want to give it like a shot because sex is not everything. So you give like the benefit of the doubt, and you can always implement other things into the bedroom,
I can see that. I can understand that.
Yeah.
So you feel, because again, like we mentioned in previous episodes, sex is important, but it's not everything. Yeah. Sometimes, relationships is just as important as sex.
Yeah.
So I feel that.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
That digs it.
Well, we learned a lot today.
Yes, we did.
We learned a lot.
We said a lot.
And guys, again, if you're listening to us on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and
subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of
What's Crackin'?
Episode 4. Until next time.
Peace.